Hello and welcome to the Closet Core Patterns YouTube channel. Her name is Cassie and my name is Montserrat, and today we're going to be showing you how to take your own body measurements. Remember, all the information we have here is going to be shared in the description below with a link to the blog post. In case you have any questions, you can go there. And now we're going to get into the supplies you need for this. We're going to recommend that you have an elastic for your hair, a safety pin, a measuring tape, some Scotch tape, a marker, a short necklace, and a ribbon or an elastic that you're going to put around your waist. Let's get started. We found a really neat trick to do with a safety pin and your measuring tape. You need a safety pin that is longer than the width of the measuring tape, and you're going to open it and insert it through the metal piece at the top of the measuring tape. And then you're going to bring your tape around, making sure you have the measurement units that you want to use, and then close the pin, creating a loop with the tape that you can then use to wrap around the parts of your body, tighten, and measure very, very easily with one hand. Isn't that great? I'm going to be helping Cassie today, but you are going to want to be doing this in front of a mirror so you can see what the measurements are. Make sure to breathe regularly and relax so that you can take the most accurate measurements, and to hold the tape horizontally around your body and taut but not tight. We're going to start with a full bust measurement, and to do that you loop the tape around your body and you bring it up to your the fullest circumference of the bust. You take the tape, you ideally are going to see yourself in front of the mirror, and so you're going to tape it horizontally around your body, and you should be able to see the number that you're measuring. Once you place the tape taut, then you can hold it and just take a look at the number. So it should be horizontally at the front, at the side, and at the back. So next we're going to take the high bust measurement, and together these two measurements, the high bust and the full bust measurements, are going to help you determine the cup size of the garment. We're talking about blouses, tops, jackets, and not bras. For bras, it's a different system. So for now, we're going to bring the tape up to the top of your armpits, keeping it horizontal at the front and horizontal at the back. If you look under your arm, it should go kind of on a diagonal toward the top front of your armpit, and then horizontally around your back. And then once you're done making the tape straight, you can put your finger and look at the number. Ready. Next, we're going to measure the waist. And in Cassie, we have marked the height of her waist using a piece of bias tape. It's just a guide. And it should be horizontally around her body. And so she's going to bring the tape down. To locate your natural waist, so you can usually find your natural waist by placing your hands around your side, along your side, and bending one toward one side and the other. Wherever your body bends, you will find your natural waist. So you bring the tape down to your waist, horizontally around your body, and then you take the measurement. And you can also, it's also an interesting measurement to take while you're seated, just to make sure, just so that you have a note of how it changes when you sit. Now we're going to bring the tape down to your hip to take your hip circumference. This measurement is taken around your fullest hip, so the largest circumference around your hip. Make sure the tape is horizontal again, and then you take the measurement. This is also an interesting measurement to take when you're sitting. Great. So these are some basic measurements that are going to help you if you want to buy a garment online, for example. Those were the measurements you need to have. Now we're gonna get a new list of more in-depth or detailed measurements of your body that will help you when you are sewing. So let's get into it. Let's take your shoulder length. The shoulder length is the distance between the side neck point and the shoulder point. So to find your shoulder point, you just have to raise your arm, and wherever you find your bone, that's your shoulder point. So take your measuring tape and put it by your necklace. Perfect. Using a necklace here is really useful. And then fold your arm up and down, relax, and measure. Perfect. Let's take your apex to apex measurements. This is the distance between the apex of each point of your breast, or the highest point of the curve in your breasts. So we have asked Cassie to wear a little sticker to indicate where her apexes are, and she's gonna make the measurement between those 2 points. That's how you measure your apex to apex measurement. Now we're going to take the shoulder to apex measurement, and this measurement together with the apex to apex measurement are very useful to figure out if the dart needs to be redirected or reoriented in the pattern. So make a note, take these 2 measurements, and they are going to save you a lot of work when you are working with your first muslin. So to take the shoulder to apex measurement, you bring your hand up to your shoulder and next to your necklace, where your neck side point is, and measure down to the apex point that you have marked on your body. That's your shoulder to apex measurement. Now we're gonna take the bicep measurement, and you are gonna make the loop with the tape, put your hand through and bring it up to the fullest part of your arm, of your upper arm. Bring your arm down and relaxed, and just make make sure the tape is horizontal. Next, we're gonna take your center back length. So for that, we're gonna ask Cassie to turn around, and you can see that she's wearing her necklace. It's a very useful marking point. So the center back measurement is going to be between the point where the necklace is to the center back waist. So using her hands, she's going to be able to feel where that point is in the necklace, and bring her hand down to her center back. That's it. So you take the measurement with your finger, and then you turn around and look at the measurement. Next, we're going to take the center front length. And that's a measurement between your collarbones, where you have the sternum, the top of the sternum, all the way down to your waist, kind of like at the bottom of your necklace. Great. So from there, down to your waist, along the center of your body. Then we're going to measure the arm length. And this is a little bit tricky. So we're going to ask Cassie to get her elastic for her hair and put the elastic around her arm to kind of like the length where she would usually wear a sleeve. She's going to wear it there, and then she's going to bring the end of the tape to her hand inside the elastic and grab it with the palm of her hand. So let's say she starts at 3. So hold it there. Perfect. And then we're going to bring the tape out around the bottom of the arm. Bend your elbow a little bit and find your shoulder point, the one that we were saying before, where you fold your arm up. Perfect. So this is the measurement between her elastic, bending her elbow, and to the top of the shoulder point, Now we're going to measure the leg length. And for that, it's useful to put the elastic around your ankle. And then you're going to bring the tape up over your side, where the side seam of a pants would be. Over all the way up to your waist. That's your leg length. Perfect. That's it. Now we're going to measure the total crotch length, and that's the measurement between the front waist and the back waist. So Cassie's going to bring one side of the tape to the back. Bring it all the way up to that waistline that we have, the waist guide, and front. So this measurement goes from the front waist along the crotch and back to her back waist. So she starts with a 0 at the back, and that way she can measure at the front. Now we're going to measure the front crotch length, or also called the rise. So that's a measurement between the center front waist and the inseam. So she's going to place the 0 at the inseam where she feels the seam of her pants or her leggings, whatever she's wearing, and her center front waist. Now we're going to measure the thigh circumference, and for that she's going to loop the tape using the safety pin and put her foot into the loop all the way to the widest part of the upper leg. So that's what we're going to call her thigh. And make sure that it's horizontal along all the circumference of the leg, and then she can measure. Great, we're done. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Cassie, for being such a great model, and we hope this was informational and useful. Like, subscribe, make sure to go down to the description box to read more on the blog post, and see you next time.